I go live, does it just automatically go live or does it just like
You're live.
oh, so it doesn't even give me an option to be like, okay, now I'm on YouTube. I could choose when to go live.
Correct.
That's trash.
I know.
I
Welcome to
miss
live.
OBS. I miss OBS.
Well, I mean, you could. I mean, what's up, everybody? You could go in brand. I think there is a loading. Yeah, there's a countdown video clip. Like,
Oh,
you could just like that, and then we'll do like a 30-second countdown.
this is learning. This is learning.
Yep.
I'm new to StreamYard. I'm typically let you take the fold here. You talk to the fine people while I go ahead and promote this sucker via
Yes,
Twitter and my YouTube channel.
of course. Well, hello, people. You don't know? Name's Alex from Hail Mary Sports. I'm actually gonna take down our tags as well, since we literally already have our display names beneath our faces.
Yeah.
But I'm Alex from Hail Mary Sports. If you guys don't remember me, I mean, we like to do mock drafts. So if you like this type of content, feel free to come over, hang out with the squad. I'm from a remote location right now. So we're just still hanging out because last night didn't want to drive too late. So Mr. Schmo gladly and politely was able to compromise. So we get to be able to have this beautiful stream. Sammy's in the house. What's up, Kyle? Do you want me just to run point and just like have
Dude, run point, bro. I'm busy.
All right. So while he does that, imagine thinking JJ is worthy of a top 15 pick. LOL. Depends on how comfortable you are with your job, my friend. If you have 5 years and the potential to take a chance on a bust quarterback, do it. But you better be comfortable because you're going to get your ass fired if you don't. So, Suggs, what is good, brother? What is good? We are officially live on Schmo's channel, but the whole entire purpose of this is to be, promoting our own show, Draft Bros. We are
just to kick it with you guys.
Yeah, and obviously until that show gains enough subscribers, we're going to be trying to keep it on these channels until, again, we have enough momentum, and then we're going to be taking that all over there. Like, we've done our top 5 battles of tackles and such. That really wouldn't make very much sense on our own individual channels. We like to have these conversations. So, as Mr. Schmo is eating, but it's just more of a laid back conversation. You can call it a podcast all you want, but it's just basically designed for us to be able to talk, relax, have fun, and just be ourselves. So nothing really crazy, but we're just here to have a good time.
On our channel, us just totally faking it.
Exactly. Yeah, we are real here, fake on our channels. That's the quote of the day. L. Dale, could Xavier Worthy and Tank work in the same offense?
Yeah.
Can. Yeah. Should. Depends on the value. But, I mean, technically, you're talking about pick 42 and beyond, which, at that point, why not try it out? But I'd prefer – you'd have to see what other wide receivers are on the board for me to be comfortable.
Can Waddle and Tyreek work in the same offense?
You're talking about the best of the best, though, at those positions, to be fair. Those are kind of exceptions to the rule. But
yeah,
it depends. Slowick, I do believe, could make it work. So, yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why I make the parallel to Mike Daniels. Because, they both worked in San Fran.
Yeah. Chargers trade down with the Vikings, then trade back up for a wide receiver that falls. That's the dream scenario that happened in my most recent mock draft with trades. Traded down with them, then traded up with the Bears, even though technically the Bears could have been after Mr. Romo Dunze. That's
all right.
As good as it can be. This is your show.
This is our show.
This is our show, but it's on your show, and I want to be able to drink my oldie pop. So
okay, well,
I'll
take a sip of coffee from my Golden Girls mug.
Heyo,
dude, this is one of the best gifts I ever got. I love Golden Girls. Betty White slaps.
She does. I'm gonna try to shout this out on my show. BRB, not BRB. I'm just.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously we had some big news yesterday, right?
Sneed.
We had Sneed head into the Titans for a 3rd rounder and a 7th round swap. A 3rd rounder, importantly to note, in the
That's true.
2025 draft.
Yeah.
So apparently, what he was offered, or the Jags declined to trade to make the trade for like a second rounder this year, and I think it was Zay Jones that was involved in the trade. That's the rumor.
Okay.
I would have taken that on a heartbeat. Sorry,
Yeah.
Zay Jones.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Colts didn't really make an effort to go out and get him.
Yeah.
And
It's false.
now he's with the Titans, dude. How do you feel about the Titans right now?
See, people complain about the overpay for Calvin Ridley, but they lacked a separator. Granted, if he can actually learn how to catch, that'd be a plus. But, you know, I think that they've actually done a very solid job in the offseason. They set themselves up for success in terms of being able to draft their future at left tackle. It is what it is. So, they ended up getting a key piece in their secondary that they are desperate for. They got a key piece in their receiving core that they're desperate for. Overpay, maybe, but sometimes you have to overpay just to become adequate and competitive.
I mean,
And
that
if
was
you
the
have,
Jags a couple of seasons ago.
precisely when they paid Christian Kirk massive dollars back in a relatively weaker receiver market. So, no, I'm a big fan of it. They've done an excellent job, and they're in position to fill all their biggest needs with proper value.
Yeah, I really like this move. I mean, now we know Joe Alt's that pick, or they maybe move down. They're like, hey, we like the tackle class. Let's try
Yep.
to get some more picks because we don't have a third rounder. Something I like the Dolphins to do because we don't have a pick after the second round. We don't have a pick till the fifth. So,
That's very
but
true.
yeah, but how competitive do you think the Titans will be next year?
Titans next year. I mean, I got to look at their competitors. To be fair, I haven't looked at
The
the.
Texans, the Colts.
Okay, I know the division. So in division, if that's what you're asking. I think they rival the Texans depending on the health of their receiving core. Like the health of the Texans receiving core. Because I don't know how Tank Dell's going to be coming back. Obviously, apparently he's already doing pretty well, which is great. But
Dude's already working out.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So obviously they're a big competitive team in the division. So I'm excited for the Texans on that part. But Indy got to see about the health of AR because if he remains healthy, that team is it's poised, especially with a good pick 15, to be as competitive as the Titans. I love Will Levis. I think that he can develop into a real star quarterback. And then who's the other team? The Jaguars. Still think they need an effort. That's very TBD on their draft. Very TBD. I think they should have went after, a better trade option for L'Jarius Sneed, but it's kind of tough to make the cap work with that.
I mean, that's the thing. If you get a guy that's already a top 10 at the very least at his position, yes, I am more than happy to throw away that second round pick to get a surefire, starter, like high end starter,
Oh, absolutely. No, there's a reason. Maybe you might not agree that Calvin Ridley could be, a top 20 wide receiver in the NFL. I think he could be.
Disagree.
He-
I'm scared that those years might be past. He might be more complimentary receiver, which is fine. That's kind of like, I mean, they got a D Hop that's in his twilight years.
Mhm. It does feel like a team that's more going for the brand names than actual competitiveness, but it's worth banking on. I mean, it's his first year back in essentially 2 years, and like he might just be uncomfortable catching the football after 2 years in a game.
I mean, I'm gonna be very, very excited to see what Callahan does with this offense. He was probably one of after Ben Johnson. There we go. After Ben Johnson was like, "Nah, I'm staying put."
He's
Like
one.
Callahan was like the number 2 like head coach and hire I
Yeah,
would be going after.
who'd be your
So
one?
yeah. Oh man. Like
Would it be Bill?
no, my one would have been Ben Johnson.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
But
that was a big shocker too. Like he was in prime position to take over a team with a number 2 pick, 2 second rounds, 3 thirds. Like it is a little bit surprising that he ended up staying put in
Yeah,
Detroit.
man. I don't know what's up with that.
I
I don't
don't.
know. Maybe he's just real content and feels like the job is not yet done there in Detroit.
Yeah. Speaking of Washington, we got Daniel asking the ideal picks at 36 and 40. I'm curious because I'm right now evaluating the tackle class, re-evaluating them, and the left tackle class is actually kind of worse than I expected by a good margin. Not
Uh,
I'm talking about like depth wise because I'm seeing a lot of guys I really love at guard, like Jordan Morgan. I was very low on him as a tackle, but as a guard, I think he could be almost all pro. Like he feels
yeah.
like a Philadelphia Eagle low key,
I
which
in I was gonna say I thought Kingsley Sumateo was kind of gonna go to the Senior Bowl and be like the Matthew Bergeron in this
yeah,
class, where yeah,
that's
he's a tackle, but he ends up playing guard in the NFL. Looks like that's Jordan Morgan.
dude. Jordan Morgan literally reminded me of watching Bergeron though, because I didn't think of Bergeron as a guard transfer until after the combine measurements in the Senior Bowl. He went to the
Oh,
Senior Bowl.
dude,
Right?
I didn't think about it until they actually till the Falcons drafted him. I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna go there play guard.
Yeah, I didn't actually put him as a guard on my board. That's why he was so much lower. But no, Jordan Morgan's awesome. Um, but yeah, I mean, Kingsley's actually going to be below top 100 on my board.
Wow.
I really don't like his tape. I thought he did very poorly for the statistics.
I think the tools are worth. I mean, especially when it comes to offensive linemen or tackles in particular, like tools go in the top 100.
Yeah. What tools are you referring to though? Like
Like
length?
length, strength, movement skills.
Yeah, he's fast. He's fast in a straight line. I'll give him that. But dude's just so stiff. Like I went like I rewatched Olu Fashanu recently after, and I was like, dude, the movement skills between someone who's fast and someone who's mobile, I'm like, holy shit. Like you
Yeah.
just get reminded of what you should be looking for when you watch someone who's just a pure elite athlete like Olu. But surprisingly, I mean, what do you think Joe Alt's biggest flaw is? Because I think he has an Achilles heel, and I don't know if it
Yeah, it's his height.
that wasn't the one. I mean, that is true. I mean, 6'9", that's very tough to maintain leverage. But I think the dude has absolutely zero power. Like he might be the least powerful blocker I have ever studied. Like no
Uh,
push to his hand. He couldn't deck a Barrett Carter while he was pulling. I'm like, how? This dude weighs like damn near as much as me.
yeah,
Like how?
looking at the rest of the class, I was like, he ain't he ain't gonna be the weakest. I mean, and I think that's just functional, you know, because
Yeah,
like obviously the dude's strong. He put
yeah,
up 27 on the bench. He's strong. It's just can he use it in a functional manner? And he might not be like the best movement guy, like movement blocker.
yeah.
And I
I
think
mean,
that's fine. I think that's a-okay.
I honestly thought he wasn't that shabby in terms of his movement ability.
Like the
I was
movement skills are good. I'm talking about like
Olu, who
yeah,
is movement.
yeah,
Period.
who
Who
exactly.
personifies mobility. No, dude, I genuinely was so let down by his power and everything else, like proficiency wise, fine. I like it, but this dude has zero pop to his hands, and I'm like, why? Like the thing is, he has strength. I'm like, why don't you use it? Like,
Yeah.
and he receives contact. It's a little tiny thing. He receives it rather than initiates it.
So I gotta you were talking about the lack of depth in this left tackle class.
The lack of starting depth,
Started. Well, I mean,
starting
not
potential.
every tackle is gonna be a starter.
Like starting potential. Like they could actually start games.
Because like I was like, I'm looking at this right now, and I was like, okay, like you got you got Fatanu,
Yeah,
Fatanu,
yeah, fine.
Fashanu,
Technically, Fautanu. It's a Fautanu.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you know James Foster, A to Z Sports? That dude pronounces every name perfectly because apparently he goes and like actually hears it from the players. I'm like, probably do that ourselves.
well,
He's like,
dude, it doesn't help. Like Telenisa Fuanga, that's apparently how you say it. It doesn't help that Oregon State's freaking profile where they have his pronunciation have it wrong.
I just say Tolly at this point. I just don't even want to pronounce it correctly.
All right. Left tackle class. Let's move past that. I honestly think Tyler Guyton could play either side, just not early.
I'm regrading the right tackle class probably today or
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I think Tyler Guyton could probably play either side. It's just
Yeah.
he's just a developmental guy. Period.
Yeah.
He's a toolsy guy. Kingsley Sumateo, we know he could play both sides. Jordan Morgan, another guy we know can play both sides.
Do you think they can actually start a game in the NFL? Like
Well,
competent
I
start
think
games?
Morgan can. Sumateo?
I think my only hope for Kingsley is right tackle. That's my hope because he played so much more fluidly as a right tackle. He went to Oregon as a right tackle, transferred to BYU as a right tackle, and they just moved to left. That's my only hope for him. Until
Okay.
Olga says that too, but
Okay, but then we got Patrick Paul. We got let me see. Kirian Amagaji.
is that how you say it?
Amagaji? Yeah. Amagaji.
Damn,
Amagaji.
Amagaji. What's this?
Amagaji. I believe Rosengarten has experience at left tackle, but I'm not positive. But he's also a guy that I thought could maybe move to guard.
I think he did because Jackson Kirkland was right tackle, right? Am I mistaken on that?
Jackson Kirtland had a terrible career arc.
I
He was
was gonna say,
initially he got moved to guard in his final season.
that's so sad. He's still on a roster, I think. Is he on the
He
Bengals?
might be. I don't know.
He's on the Bengals.
You got Garrett Greensfield. I actually like him out of South Dakota State.
Okay.
You have, I think Christian Jones has experience on both sides. Let me check. I lied. He does not. Oh, no. He played in 2021. He started all 12 games at left tackle.
Banks came in 2022.
Yeah.
Calvin's he's a little immobile though. He's kind of slow.
Yeah. Gonclaves honestly might end up just being a big guard.
Yeah.
There's your boy Javon Foster.
Yeah.
And then after that, Delmar Glaze honestly might end up being a guard, Maryland guy.
Okay.
Walter Roos is fine. He's like late day 3 fine.
Dude, did you see that Chad Reuter 4-round mock?
No, I saw you crapping on it.
Genuinely, I've never come at somebody for a mock. That was genuinely disgraceful. I just gotta say it as it is.
Wow, dude.
I
ain't gonna
people online, but I'm like, dude, you getting paid for this? Like,
I'm never gonna be a guy you see on NFL Network. Just look at me. You're not gonna see me there.
Why not? You just because you have a freaking beard that's like, what? You get on NFL Network, you just trim the beard a little differently, and you wear.
I'm not their professional, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to crap on him like you did. You added him.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if I'm gonna talk disrespect, I want to be able to I'm not gonna just do it behind their back. Like, bro is gonna get called out. I'm gonna be able if he wants to talk, I left it at the end of there. I'm like, dude, more than open to hear your thought and your reasoning. But I ain't standing with him because it's ass. There were no logic.
To each their own. And to be fair, when we get to the NFL draft, it'll feel like there's no logic.
This is also true. I literally was telling my mom because we were going on a walk, and I was like, the only acceptable answer from Chad is saying, hey, the NFL draft has a lot of these random picks, and I wanted to factor that in to make it the most realistic. That is the only way I would ever accept that.
See, that's something I've reeled back on last couple of years doing this, where it's like, you know what, the NFL draft's pretty unpredictable at sometimes.
Yeah. We can throw it in there, right? It would be weird.
So
Carolina
I'm not gonna fully crap on somebody's takes.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, hey, not what I would do, not what I think's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Probably out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But you, my friend.
I don't give a damn. Listen, I want people to call me out the same way. I mean, hey, if I mess up, call me out on it because I want to make a mistake once. If I'm being lazy, I don't give a damn. Call me out on it. I don't care if my feelings get hurt. The fact is, I'm technically taking people's time and people's, I guess people's time for the most part, but sometimes people's money in order for them to listen to my
They
opinion.
pay you? They pay you?
I mean, you talk about like a super chat here and there, like theoretically time and money, but mostly time and energy, thought process. Like people don't need to spend that on somebody who actually doesn't actually give a damn. And that's why it sucks ass that somebody actually gets paid that much to deliver crap. Like it's different if a bad mock versus an absolute butt cheeks mock. That was that tier.
Okay. I didn't check it out. I saw Marcus had his mock out, so I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and do this.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, I read that one. That's pretty funny.
What the fuck? All right, we're just we're gonna leave it there. Jesus.
Yep.
Oh
Real quick, I think that I saw a Saints question a
Okay.
couple of times. I just kind of want to get to real quick. Brock Bowers at 14 to the Saints. This sucker right here. I've seen that a couple of times in the chat because I look at the chat. I read the chat. I might not always like to, but
I know I'm not doing my job properly here.
no, you're good. I don't think he makes it there.
Eagles.
I would like him to the Saints. I don't see him making it in there.
It's tough to imagine that. I mean, you look at the wins above replacement, even if you don't save money, like how often can you pay that money for a top tight end?
Yeah.
You also have to ask yourself that question. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, this tackle class is like so good in the first round. I don't see how you don't go in on it. If you're the Saints and you don't know the long-term health of Ryan Ramczyk,
dude, that just
and then
requires it requires a lot of humility to say you messed up that badly.
On what? On Trevor Pennon?
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't, dude. They were playing Pete at guard. Just move Pennon to guard.
They kind of should do that.
I mean, dude, isn't Pete like 6'7", 6'8"? Obviously, they don't care height-wise. So, hey, dude, Pennon, get in there, bro.
Well, that's the best part about Penning. He's crap in like the intricacy areas of being a tackle, but he's ferocious. Just put him at guard. Like I'm telling you, man, that's the only way he'll ever be able to succeed.
Yeah, perhaps. Hey, Alex, you're still high on Leonard Taylor, apparently.
No.
No.
The thing is, I have a little bit of hope because obviously, out of being a zero tech nose tackle, he actually had really damn solid win rate statistics, everything like that. And you can see the eye test; he has a chance to be great. But I don't know what happened with all of these dudes over the offseason from Miami. Like none of them prepared for the combine well. All of them tested poorly.
They weren't much better at their pro day, I'll tell you that.
I don't know what's going on.
At least when it comes to the testing times.
Did Kitchens retest?
Yeah, I think let me see. He retest, but he was still 4'6". 4'6"
That's okay. I mean, it's not awful.
It's not terrible. It's just mid.
6'4" safety though. He's not a 6'4" safety, so you don't have the range to make that up with the length.
You know who else ran a 4'6" too?
Williams.
Did he?
I don't know. I thought
I was gonna say Tyler Nubin.
Yeah, that bum.
Dude, I think because this safety class is all kind of out of whack now. I don't know if I'm taking a safety in the top 50.
It's ass. Like you can go after Bullock, who has size and some range, and he has some, but he can't tackle.
Obviously, speed's not the end all be all. Testing times aren't the end all be all, especially at the safety position. I'm pretty sure Justin Simmons ran like a 4.65 at his pro day. So,
yeah,
it's not the end all be all.
No,
but like Tyler Nubin's like movement drills weren't good. His explosive drills weren't good.
What do I have on my board? Hold up.
I guess he's just long. It's kind of like the Andre. You remember Andre Carter from Army last year,
Yep.
where I was like, he's just so long, and it looks like he covers a lot of ground quick. But that's just because he himself is a lot of ground.
That's funny.
Might be the Tyler Newman thing too.
Tyler Newman was graded as 63.5 on mine. Oh, I might even need to lower that based on speed. I had him as a 5th to 6th round grade per my eval. So he's probably going to be 7th UDFA.
I'm currently waiting on the Wazoo.
Oh, Hicks.
Yeah. I think Hicks might sneak into one.
Round 1 or spot 1?
No, spot 1. No safety's going around.
No.
Or I should say no safety, I think, is worth
a top 50. Yeah. No, when I watch Tyler Newman, one of the things I always look for with all defensive players in general, how quickly do you react to like a run play, for example, especially a run play. Newman was always late. Jonah Ellis was always late. Like those are two guys who, like in recent memory, when watching them, I'm like, come on, like get a little bit faster. And then when you match that with a slow speed from Newman, that's why it's like I don't know if I'd ever have him on my team. Like, you're just not fast here or here. So
yeah,
there you go.
Saying you're talking about Kyle Hamilton. Did he ran like a 4.65, but also he didn't run in a straight line.
Yeah.
You remember that? He almost went off the track.
Yep. I mean, yeah. So yes.
Oh, jeez, dude. I still loved Kyle. Like everybody was hopping ship off of Kyle Hamilton. I was like, dude, he's too good though. I can't get away from him.
I mean, the talent's there. It pops up on tape. Like he does have some limitations in terms of his mobility, but that's where the mental processing comes in.
I went back to look at what my 2022 big board was because I was scared because I say this, but there are times where I'm a coward and I'm like, I just give in and I dump guys.
See?
Number 8 on my big board.
Heyo. When's the last time I looked at 2022? Oh, I only looked at it back in August. Kyle Hamilton, number 10. Let's go, baby.
Oh, there we go, dude. I had Trent McDuffie 10. Garrett Wilson was right between them.
I missed on McDuffie because I didn't grade him as a slot. Just pure boundary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he kicks outside too.
Yeah, but just as a pure boundary. I had McDuffie 53 behind Tariq Woolen and George Pickens.
I really like Jermaine Johnson kind of merged this year because I had him at 11.
Jermaine Johnson?
Yeah, I had him at 11.
Okay, so let's go over our. You know what? Screw it. Let's go over our 2022 big boards. You go through your top 5.
All right. I'm pretty sure Sauce is your number 1 because you loved Sauce.
Yeah, Sauce is my 1.
All right, I have it.
Dude, like every year, Sauce, JPJ, Terry, and Arnold. Like every year, I have a dude in the top 3. I love it.
All right, so I had Aiden Hutchinson 1.
Okay.
Evan Neal 2. I really liked Evan Neal, man.
Yeah.
I have KT 3.
Okay.
I had Ike Ekwemekanu
at
4, and then I had Sauce, which my 6 was actually Steenley because I thought they were both like
nice,
clear top of the class.
Well, okay, so here's my top 5: Sauce 1, Neal 2, Hutch 3, KT 4, George Karlaftis 5.
Oh, he's at 14 on mine.
Yeah, I loved George Karlaftis. He's been solid. I mean, he's been
solid.
Nothing crazy. Not top 5 on the overall board. What about 6 to 10? So you talked about Sauce and Stingley then, right?
Yeah, I had Stingley at 6. I had Charles Cross at 7, Kyle Hamilton 8, Garrett Wilson 9, and Trent McDuffie at 10.
Okay. So I had Charles Cross as my tackle 2. Icky at 7 is my tackle 3. Then Linderbaum, 8th overall.
Oh man, I loved Linderbaum. I'm just not the guy that's gonna take a center.
Yeah.
Or put him in my top 10.
See, I thought he was a Hall of Famer. That's why. But then I had Garrett Wilson 9, Hamilton 10. Let's just keep doing this. I want to see your top 32, essentially. We'll go by fives.
Oh boy.
And we can just see where we fucked up.
All right. I mentioned Jermaine Johnson was 11.
Yep.
I had at 12 Jameson Williams. I was a huge mark for him. I thought his speed would translate. It might. I don't know. It seems like they got higher on him later in the year.
Yeah, TBD.
I put Trevon Walker at 13 just because tools.
Yeah.
George Karlaftis at 14, and then Jordan Davis at 15.
Okay, so I had Drake London at 11, Trevon Walker at 12, Jordan Davis 13. Here's a big whiff. Malik Willis at 14. Big whiff.
Oh, dude, I didn't have a quarterback until my 20s.
I was banking on the personality, but then Derek Stingley at 15. Wasn't a huge fan. Well, I was a big fan, but not on the tier that you were.
Yeah.
All right. 16 to 20.
16, Drake London.
Okay.
Probably one of the best contested catch guys, aside from probably Michael Pittman, who also went to USC. Those are like the golden standards. If they can't separate, they got to be on that level if they're going to be first rounders.
Yeah.
Devontae Wyatt at 17, Tyler Linderbaum at 18, Chris Olave at 19, and 20, Leo Chenal.
Yeah,
if they ever give him a chance, dude's been good when on the field.
Leo was in my top 32 as well, so we'll talk about him. I had Kyer Elam, another whiff at 16. There's still a chance that he ends up being something.
I mean, I liked Elam too. He's in my top 30.
Yeah. Jermaine Johnson at 17. Tyler Smith at 18 as a guard, eventual left tackle. Sounds good. Jahan Dotson at 19 and Traylon Burks at 20. Another technically whiff, but
yeah. Dang, dude. You know what's fun? I have Tyler Smith at 33.
I have someone who I fell in love with and actually gave him a significantly higher grade than a lot of these guys at 33. And Jalen,
you know, on my final predictive mock, I actually nailed Dallas Cowboys taking Tyler Smith.
I recruited you to the Tyler Smith grade. I mean, it's just I just knew because Tulsa came and played SMU, like there was just something that was so special about Smith. Like, I was a big fan of that one.
All right, man. All right, 21, Trevor Pennon.
Ooh.
I mean, he had tools.
Trust me, I've whipped a lot.
Yeah, there was a tackle I liked a hell of a lot more than him, and he made it into my top 32, but like I should have put him higher. I was a huge fan of his coming out, but I was a little unsure after his Senior Bowl.
Okay. Are you talking about CMU's kid?
Yeah. Bernhard Ryman, I had at 31.
Okay.
I loved Bernhard Ryman. When he went into the third round, I was freaking blown
It was
away.
kind of a knee injury, though. Not for anything else.
Well, that and he'd only been playing tackle for like 3 years. He was a tight end.
Yeah.
Initially.
I had Ryman at 60 on mine.
All right. So 22 was Devin Lloyd.
Okay.
23 was Malik Willis.
Heyo.
Who would have thought? I got Zion Johnson at 24 and then Traylon Burks at 25.
Okay. So I ended up having Sam Howell at 21.
Wow, you were higher on Howell than I was. Like, Howell's in my top 30, but...
Yeah. No, I love Sam Howell. He actually should have... He was great as my QB1, but I was a coward. Then Nakobe Dean at 22. Arnold Ebiketie at 23. Alec Pierce at 24. And Brian Asamoah at 25.
You really liked Asamoah, dude.
I freaking loved Asamoah, man. Big fan.
Hey, you want to talk about irrelevant? 26, Lewis Seen.
I'll be mentioning him with my next round.
Yeah. 27 was Sam Howell.
Okay.
28 was Kyer Elam. We're gonna go back to some irrelevant. 29 was Andrew Booth Jr.
Woo!
Wow, 2 Vikings picks too. 30 was Daxton Hill, who I don't know if they want to start at safety anymore. I don't know what the hell they want to do with him.
Yeah, like, are they gonna get rid of Mike Hilton or something? Like, the hell?
I mean, he's got, I think, 1 year left.
Yeah. Mm. Okay, 26, I had Devin Lloyd. 27, I had Travis Jones. Still waiting for him to really pop off. 28, Devontae.
He got some playing time down the stretch. It's that deep rotation. Like, dude, Michael Pierce was able to stay healthy for the first time in like 5
Ever.
years.
He
So
was
it's
like,
like it's a deep rotation there.
yeah. Then I
Yeah,
had
look at
Devontae
that.
Wyatt at 28. Yeah.
Jacoby struggling to stay on the field. That was the concern with him coming out.
Yep, that shoulder. Devontae Wyatt 28, Kenyon Green 29, and Lewis Cine at 30. All
Oh,
right,
dude, Kenyon Green. I didn't jump like fully off the ship after his pro day,
yeah.
but I couldn't have him as a first rounder. And then he goes at like what, 15, 13, something like that.
So I think it was like 13 or 16. It was one. No, 13 was Philly moved up for Jordan Davis. Then it was Hamilton. And then what was 15? Something. And then I think it was Kenyon at 16.
Because I think it was Kenyon at 15 because they traded back to 15. The
It
Eagles
was
moved up to 13 to get Jordan Davis.
yeah. Damn. Did you see
Uh,
I ended up commenting because Kyle Hamilton ended up putting that Jersey Mike's was ass, and I just commented that's why the Eagles passed on you. But
Yo, he's not wrong, dude. They're overpriced subs.
I mean everything's overpriced though. There's not really many better sandwich chains.
Inflation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Doing the jingle to another like sandwich chain. I'm like,
no, dude. What was I doing?
yeah,
Oh, it was an Usher song. Da, 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 da,
damn.
da, da. I can't remember what the song was, but that's what I was trying to do it to.
Yeah. Okay, so in your top 32, what was your biggest hit and then biggest whiff minus a Lewis scene?
Desmond Ritter being 32.
Yeah, it doesn't Ritter at 43.
Yeah, I kind of stuffed my top 50 at the back end with all those quarterbacks.
Yeah, I did too.
And as of right now, none of them
Are good.
but I'm gonna just say called it on Kenny Pickett, dude. Kenny Pickett was 53 on my big board.
48.
Just saying, dude, I got so much hate. So much hate.
Yeah. I mean, that's just because whatever Todd McShay was talking about him being like an actual Pro Bowl level quarterback back in the
Yeah.
draft.
Honestly, Evan Neal is probably going to be the biggest miss if he doesn't put it together today.
Yeah.
Right? Like today. Not
Yeah.
this season, like today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think everybody whiffed on Neal, but that, I mean, realistically, you just should not be moving guys who improved significantly over a season at left tackle to right tackle. He played, but
felt like the safest tackle in this class.
yes. And then they moved him. I'm like, why?
But I mean, he played right tackle the year before, so you figure, okay, he improved at left. You would assume, at right, that improvement would follow. I don't know, man. It's stupid.
I'm searching to see if Evan Neal. I'm seeing if I ended up messaging you. Oh my god. What's the 5th month? Is it May? May 9th, 2021 at 1:34 in the morning. Evan Neal is terrible. And then I ended up falling in love with him because I watched how he progressed over the season. But
biggest hit for me is probably going to be Bernhard Raimann in my top 32.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if many other people had Trent McDuffie in the top 10, but I don't want to put my flag there saying I was the only guy. I feel like maybe some people did.
Yeah. By the way, you said on that same day, May 9th, 2021. So I really don't like this linebacker class, but Washington might have something in Defwan Ulafosho.
Dude, I told you, I've been on that guy for like 3 years.
Pause. Yeah.
No pause.
No pause.
I don't need a break.
Zero
Keep me
pause.
in, coach.
Yep.
Dude, I freaking loved him. I was just scared about the size, and I didn't think he was going to test out like he tested out.
Ain't no way anybody would have had Tariq Woolen top 32. He was where was he? Where was he on your board?
Who?
Tariq Woolen. I had him at 51.
I feel like he was like somewhere between 50 and 70.
Yeah.
He was. Oh, 75. I had him at 72.
Yeah.
Just because I mean he tested out great, but like his agility was like
Oh,
balls.
yeah.
So I
Stiff
thought
as,
he was going to be more of a project. By
yeah.
the way, Rick Woolen this year, he dropped the top and apparently dropped his game. He was like probably Seattle's worst corner this year.
Yeah. I mean, they drafted one at number 5,
They
so
dragged a dead Michael Jackson out there on the outside.
they,
So
they drug
that's
a,
saying something.
um,
Not saying he can't improve. He had a really good rookie year. It's just,
yeah.
boy, the sophomore slump was real with him.
I would just say like the one that I'm most proud of is Tyler Smith, just because I really did love the transition to guard, and then because I just thought that he'd be a Pro Bowl guard instantly, and then end up being a tackle. So I feel I feel proud about that one, and just keeping him there in my top 20, because his tackle tape wasn't worth the top 20 pick. Like you really had to have a vision for him to be a guard first.
Yeah, man, this was back when I really hated running backs too. My first run backs were at 54 and 55 because I had Kenneth Walker and Brees Hall, one behind the other.
Damn, I'm trying to find where I had them. I had Brees at 36. Then who was my next running back?
No, it
'Cause
had to be Kenneth Walker
it wasn't.
because
Where
like,
the hell is the next running back? Oh, it is
well,
Kenneth Walker.
Damian Pierce was my running back 3, another
Yeah.
sophomore slump.
You know who I actually had graded as my RB2 of the class? Like grade wise. I'm looking at the overall score. Ty Chandler. I loved Ty Chandler. Big fan.
Yo, it's funny that my running backs 6 through 12 kind of lit.
Yeah.
Running back 6, I had James Cook, followed by Tyler Algier, Jerome Ford, and then Brian Robinson Jr., Rashad White, Zamir White, who ended the year pretty hot, and then Kyron Williams.
Mm. Mm. I
And then
remember
after that, it's pure crap.
I have
Isaiah Pacheco was 23 for me.
I didn't grade Isaiah Pacheco.
I didn't have like a full eval on him. I was just like, golly, that combine was nuts. That's literally my note. Golly, that combine was nuts.
Speaking of Pacheco, did you see how Kool-Aid ran his 40? Dead ass looked like Isaiah Pacheco reincarnate. I loved it, dude. Straight up. It was great. Where do you think he actually goes in the first now? Again, did he solidify his first claim?
Wait,
Or is he
what? Who?
Kool-Aid?
Oh, still back end. I think the questions with Kool-Aid is his physicality in the run game, which I think he's fine. He was a solid tackler. He's just not a guy that's gonna consistently get off blocks. He's not a guy that's gonna be like, he's more of a like, I will funnel
Yeah.
the play to the outside, to the sideline, rather than go and make a play.
I feel
But
like
like
Nate
he was a solid tackler. I think he has the best
missed tackle rate.
missed tackle rate in this, at least among the like the top corners. Let me go check real quick.
So I had Jalen.
Okay, he's edged out by Quinion Mitchell, but 8.1. I mean, that's like
That's solid.
yeah, that's among the best in this class. You're not gonna find a better one until like Kyrie Jackson.
Yeah. I had Trevor Penny at 67, Christian Watson at 68. Hopefully Chris ends up getting better. I think
He needs to stay healthy. I mean, I think he's like an adequate number 2.
yeah. Dude, Michael Clemens. That was someone who I actually liked quite a bit at 111.
He had a solid year,
Yeah.
rookie year.
Yeah. Isaiah Likely. Dude, it's cool going back through and looking at these names. Like I like Darian Beavers. Not that much, but like number 90. Just so weird.
Oh yeah.
Carson Strong. Oh, I mean he fell because of injury concerns, not because of talent.
Yeah, he's out of the league altogether because of injury.
Yeah. Is he in a league right now?
No, he's out of the league. Yeah, if anything, he might be in the like
Yeah,
Canada or USFL. He's not in the NFL anymore.
Carson Strong.
Hey, what about Brock Purdy, QB9,
Damn. Brock
fifth
Purdy.
round grade?
Where's Brock on my board? Where art thou, my good friend? Brock Purdy, 114. He was my QB6.
Oh, 6. Wow.
Yeah, he was above Carson Strong and Desmond Ritter. You know what my QB9 was? Caleb Ellaby, baby. Let's go. That's how you know my quarterback grading skill is cheeks.
Oh yeah, dude, that dude just came out too early.
Yeah, Ellaby, like I made one podcast, like one genuine podcast, and it was a Caleb Ellaby breakdown while I was just like, watching this tape.
Wow, yeah, legit. Like Brock Purdy is like the only one of legitimates in this class.
Yeah. Well, Zappy's
With like,
not Zappy.
yeah, Zappy's not. I mean, I'd say Sam Howell's got a chance.
Yeah, Howell, Zappy, Purdy, like those guys actually can potentially play. I don't think Pickett's fully gone. I think he could actually.
I mean, unless like Jalen Hurts gets hurts.
He does. Like every.
I mean, he gets banged up, but he doesn't really miss time. I mean, they had what was it? Gardner Minshew played a little bit, not last year, the year before.
Yeah, he played injured last year though.
Yeah, he played through injury. Well, who was their backup quarterback? Oh, it was Marcus Mariota. Yeah, of course they were like, yeah, no, we can't do that, bro. You have to play.
Yeah, he has paid Chauncey's money. I know Chauncey declined like a 3-year deal, I think, from him, but they paid him essentially Chauncey money to be a backup QB. By the way, I feel so bad for Tanner McKee. Like, God, that sucks.
No, he's still on the roster as QB3.
I know, but like, that QB3 don't mean anything really. If you think about it, like you're behind Kenny Pickett, who's more of the system. Let's look at 2023. While we're here.
Let's not screw this year's class.
Yeah, enough. This year's class, shoot. Like, this is I just like going back in time. We called it on Brock. We technically didn't. He'd be a lot.
I mean, we called it better than other people. I'll say that.
That's true. Yeah, because you and I both liked him. It's just he was my QB6. I was like, I liked him better than Desmond Ritter, but I put him lower on my board because that was me being a coward. Like I had him graded as QB6. So let's look. Okay. Well, we've already looked at our boards multiple times though. To kind of talk about this. Dude, which one was my actual overall rankings, bro? I still don't know. Which one is which? I didn't actually label a final board like I do this year. Oh. Okay, what was your biggest
Brock Purdy, best Mr. Irrelevant ever.
Yeah. I mean, obviously. You'd almost want a Super Bowl. What was your biggest whiff in the top 10 of last drafts so far?
Well, the way things are playing out currently, it's probably going to be Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like everyone in my top 10 had encouraging parts to their season.
Yeah, I might say Miles Murphy on mine.
Yeah. I mean, I reeled back on Miles Murphy. I mean, he's at 14 for me.
He still needs time. I mean, that's we're obviously talking way premature before all this. What would be your biggest hit though?
In the top 10?
Yeah. Like not
CJ
like
Stroud at 3?
not like that. That's like an obvious one. But like, did you have anybody in your top 10 that was a little bit of like a my guy?
My guy, Christian Gonzalez was a bit of a my guy.
Nice. I like Gonzo, but
Bryce Young was a my guy.
Gonzo was literally 25 on my board, and my thing said he's gonna be an All-Pro corner if he goes to the Patriots. Nowhere else.
Yo, legit.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy's gonna be like an All-Pro if he goes to Bill Belichick.
All right, be easy, Scotty.
And then, yeah, I mean, he's a beast. I could prance around Joey Porter Jr., but someone who I want to give a shout out is BJ Ojolari. He's my number 7 player in the class, and
He was 29 for me, and I don't know if the Cardinals see him as any more than a DPR.
You know what? He had one of the highest. I mean, mid-season, he had the highest pass rush win rate above all edge rushers from the class.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to if you're only used as a pass rush only.
That's fair. Well, I mean, if you are going to be well,
I mean, that's not to crap on him or anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, he also he got banged up a little bit last year, didn't he?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I like BJ Ojolari. I think he's gonna be great. Same thing with Nolan. Freaking this edge class, I was a huge fan of.
Yeah, everyone was. Everyone loved this edge class.
Yeah, but the thing is, I had 5 guys in my top 10, and then my next guy was at 38. Damn.
I had 18 players in my top 100 from this edge class.
Okay. So yeah, I had what 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You know where I had DJ Johnson, who went in the 3rd round? Edge 32.
Okay. 14. I have 14, 15 in my top 103. I don't even think I put him on my top 200. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's not listed at all.
Who?
The Johnson kid who got drafted in the 3rd.
Johnson. Oh yeah, DJ Johnson was
ass. No, he wasn't ass. He was a good athlete. He was a really good athlete.
He was a good athlete, but he was a guy that I think he started at here. I could just read it. He started at edge. I had a red flag over him, which is not a good sign to start. Let's see.
You know someone who I really liked? Kadeem Telford.
Yeah, he was a tight end at one point before going back to edge.
Yeah.
Let's see. Johnson hasn't played a lot of collegiate football. He played only 347 snaps on defense over 4 seasons and 360 on offense over the last 2 seasons. He has such little to pull from that it's safe to say that he is a total project.
Dude. Damn. Brandon Joseph. My one comment on him is downfall. Oh.
Yeah, he was still on my he was safety 15 for me.
Yeah, I mean, he was near a Marte Mapu tier for me. Well, that's funny.
I loved Marte Mapu. I think I moved him to no, I had him in my safeties. I was thinking about moving him to linebacker.
Yeah. Dude,
he was a my guy. He was a my guy after that. After initially it was the NFLPA Bowl and then he goes to the Senior Bowl. I was in love with him. And then I got all worried because didn't he tear his pec or something?
He got injured. I just don't remember what it was.
Going to look at my notes, see if I have anything.
Spinner, my 3-word my 3-word analysis. Praying mantis looking ass. That's it. That's all I have for him.
Oh, maybe it was a bicep. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I love Jared Clark, man. That hurts me. I love Jared Clark.
Oh, he's on the Chargers right now. I was talking about him the other day.
I'm really hoping that he could be some.
I mean, he's about the only meat they actually have in the middle. I like Jared Clark too, dude. He was defensive interior 17.
Yeah, he was.
I had him ahead of Broderick Martin, who went in the 3rd.
Yeah, me too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting what he was for me, based on my overall board. 6. 7. Damn, I'm scrolling up so much. He was IDL 9 for me. That's how much I love Jared Clark. Jared Clark's a beast. Damn, dude. I mean, Josh Wiley as well. R.I.P. He still has a chance, but still.
Josh Wiley.
Josh Wiley, the Cincinnati tight end.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just
Tight end class was funky.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good, but funky.
Who do I have as my tight end one?
I had Kincaid.
Yeah, I had Kincaid at 27.
I'm pretty sure you loved Laporta in that class.
Laporta was 43. Yeah. He was my tight end too. And then Darnell was at 45, but that's just for a different role.
Let's move this back to 2024. Do you believe in T'Vondre Sweat as a pass rusher?
Hell yeah. Monster. He improved. That's why I like him. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's a 3-down player, but I think, you could have him on the field as on pass rushing downs.
Yeah.
He's going to be a very good rotation. He's not going to be like Dexter Lawrence where he's going to be on the field the whole time.
Well, that's sexy Dexter. That might be the best.
Sexy. I mean, we're talking about one of the top 3 defensive interiors in the league now that, Aaron Donald's retired.
Yeah, he's number 1. Who's better than him?
Chris Jones?
Sexy Dexy, when he is on, might be better.
Dude, no, Chris Jones. Chris Jones was already, I would say, going into this year ahead of Aaron Donald.
I mean, obviously we're debating between 2 amazing players, but I mean, I love Sexy.
This is like talking about who should have been Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, great players. By the way, Ennis Rakestraw. We're talking about 2024 in pro days and such.
Since we're talking about what this stream is about.
Yeah. Well, what'd you title it? Oh, NFL draft. Oh, the hell, man.
Well, what the hell? What the heck else was I supposed to title it?
The free agency and draft talk, because then it makes it.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I titled this before Snead got traded.
Fair. But you already know
the biggest recent move was Christian Fulton to the Chargers.
Yeah, RIP to that. But Rakestraw running in the 4.4s. What was it, 4.44?
I think that's what it was listed at, 4.44.
Of course.
I haven't seen the official time yet. I typically wait to get the official time and then put it down in my thing.
But it can't be that big of a discrepancy. It was in the 4.4s.
Oh, shoot. I mean, Kamari Lasser, some people had him at 4.51 and others had him at 4.65.
I mean, those people who had him in the 4.6s, fired. How can you not?
No, I mean, his official time was 4.65. I mean, I didn't expect him to be fast, but that's
This is some
a little scary slow.
This is some bullshit. Straight. What? Hold up. I'm looking this up. This is new news to me. I didn't know the official time was that. I thought the official time was 4.55.
Nope, you were just off by tenth of a second. While you look that up, I'm going to go to the notorious B.I.G. I was more of a Tupac guy, but is what it is. Oh. Broshmo and Alex, what are both y'all's wishes for the first round? Who do you want? I want the Dolphins to get offensive line help. And I understand if we end up going with Byron Murphy or Johnny Newton, I'm okay with those. Anything else, I'm going to be a little perturbed because I've been begging for offensive line help for 3 years for the Dolphins. Yeah. So
it makes sense why I didn't see this. It was reported on my birthday. I was I was definitely not keeping an eye out. I was oh my.
I definitely couldn't see straight.
Well, I did not get inebriated on my birthday, surprisingly. But that's surprising. My draft wish. We'll have it popped up there so I can read it easier. Even though
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Broshmo and Alex, what are both y'all's wishes for the first round? I mean, I would dream that Tali Fuaga would somehow, or Fuwanga. I don't know.
Fuwanga. The N is silent.
I'll call him Big T. Big T falls to the Steelers, but I highly doubt that's actually the case. I would
I
say
don't know,
only
man. This tackle class is so tight, man. I could see like it
there's a lot of
happening.
it. Yeah. I would dream of that. That'd be my biggest wish, or Olu Fashanu falling to the Steelers. I'd be fine with Broderick Jones staying at right tackle. But
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the Steelers are in a good position for whoever falls. I don't believe y'all would go wide receiver in the first round, but if Brian Thomas is there, I feel like you got to think about that.
you gotta consider.
I doubt Quinion or Terrion are going to be there, but maybe.
Oh, I don't think Terrian gets out of the top. I don't think Quinion or Terrian get out of the top 13 because I don't think the Raiders are going to pass
Yeah,
on.
I would stretch that to top 15 just to cover my butt.
Yeah,
Because
you know,
never say never, but
you know I don't care. I'm still going to do that. Oh, Jesus. No, I mean, where's Terrian on your board?
Terrion Arnold, he's in the top 20.
Criminal.
Terrion Arnold is
I'm just
18 currently.
Terrian Arnold's going to be an All-Pro. I'm calling it.
Quinion Mitchell's in my top 10. And he's probably going to stay there.
Quinion's in my top 10, I believe. Quinion is number 10 right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
not just in, but is in fact
The
the
number
10.
To be fair, he was not the number 10 before I kicked out both of the left tackles outside of my top 10.
Dude, left tackle, I have all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, right now, at the moment, I got Tolly as my only blue chip tackle. Kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Then I got Joe Alton Olu right outside of blue chip. And then Amarius and JC. And then Fautanu. I need to regrade him as a pure tackle because I have him graded primarily as a guard. So.
Oh, dude, he got pushed up.
Like the thing is, I watched a lot of the edge rushers versus Fautanu, and it's just like I started seeing him in Rosengard. I'm like, damn, both these guys are better than I have them graded.
Yeah, honestly, Rosengarten, like, he had a pretty solid year until he faced Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. By the way, dude, I think you're sleeping a little on Kamal Hayden.
I might. I mean, part of that's because he got hurt.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
See the play got hurt on?
Wasn't at a I don't believe he was at a All-Star Bowl because he was rehabbing.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah.
No,
so I'm just kind of waiting for him to test out.
Yeah. Because he was at the Senior Bowl, just didn't test because I think he was still getting ready.
Yeah, he did do the on-field drills at the combine. He just didn't test out.
Did you see do you know the play that he got hurt on?
No, I don't actually.
He's an absolute savage. You have Joe Milton running not Joe Milton, the Alabama
What was
version.
it? It was a shoulder injury?
Yeah, it was the Alabama version of Joe Milton. What's that guy's name?
Why can't I think of it? It's Milrow.
Milrow. I was like thinking Milton. I couldn't get past that. Jalen Milrow. He was going straight down the sideline. Kamal Hayden goes shoulder to shoulder, full speed, and knocks him out of bounds. And I'm like, that's one hell of a way to go out. This guy did not give a damn. Milrow's a beast. He's a physical freak. And he's like, I don't give a damn. I'm a corner. I'm going to go one-on-one versus you. And technically won. So tip my cap to that dude. Yeah. And he's really solid in zone coverage for how immobile he could be in all directions.
Yeah. Well, that's not it. There we go. Should my Atlanta Falcons trade for Hassan Reddick? I'm going to put a price out there, and you tell me if you would take the offer. 3rd round pick.
Which one?
Which one?
74 or 79.
I know. God, you're really going to.
I don't think I'd pay 74.
One of the picks in the 70. How about that?
Yeah, I'd do it. I mean, it's a veteran presence. You got Ebiketie there as well. Like, I think Ebiketie could use a lot of mentorship from Hassan. And then you also have a much bigger presence in Zach Harrison that still needs to develop. So.
I like it.
You're getting really good.
It honestly doesn't mean you're you don't take edge at 8 either.
I agree. I think you should take corner at 8 if you get Hassan. But
I'm gonna be honest. I'm still on the whole. Hey, if I'm staring down Malik Neighbors or Roma Dunze, sign me up.
this was my thought process because I talked to my guy James Foster from A to Z about this. Like, I think corner should be valued exponentially higher than wide receiver. Think about it this way: if you have one bad wide receiver in your starting lineup, does that cripple your team? It hurts it, but you can ignore him, right? You have one bad corner on the field. That offense is taking full advantage of that the whole game. You cannot fail to have, or you cannot have a failure of a corner on the field, but you can afford to have a failure of a receiver. So the value of a good corner, many good corners,
You
is
could afford to
exponentially.
have a failure of a wide receiver.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Go on corner. Don't go receiver. If you know the corner can work and the receiver can work.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that.
Well, I mean, I think it's also easier for receivers to take time to develop and get good reps. It's so much harder for corners because you're bursting their confidence every time they suck. Versus receivers, you give them one good catch, like that will get them back. It's just so much easier to maintain momentum with receivers. And that's coming from
Okay.
multiple receivers in his top 10. I have 3 in my top 10, which everybody does, but I have a different 3.
Yeah, but you don't have a Dunze?
I don't have Neighbors or Harrison in my top 10.
What the hell?
My
Wait,
top 5. No, I'm just kidding. you thought. No, they're 5 and 4 respectively. No,
oh
I
my
have
gosh, you said Harrison, and I was like,
no,
bro,
I do that.
me got you, dude. Who cares about his 40?
Yeah, no, I'm joking. Yeah, no, Harrison and Neighbors are 4 and 5, and then I have 80 Mitchell at 8. That's my big swing. I know you hate 80 Mitchell. It's okay.
I don't hate AD. I like AD. But I think I might hate AD.
You hate AD.
I got DJ Chark as his comp. I think, and people might take that the wrong way.
I mean, that's not awful. I mean, DJ Chark's had his moments of excellence. It's
it's just AD's got better hands.
I would say the floor is DJ Chark, which is a receiver that will consistently get a contract because of the high speed, and then
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of become a problem where it's like, oh man, I really like this fit, but for the comp, but this kind of feels like his floor. Like I was just doing linebacker comps the other day, and who was it? Trevin Wallace. His comp for me is, and I had to put in parentheses, this is like the bare minimum. This is the floor, was Kenneth Murray.
That's fair. From what I've seen.
I think if Trevin Wallace ends up, not trying, like just immediately not caring about football after he gets drafted, he's at least going to be Kenneth Murray, who just got a second contract.
I'm trying to move. I'm shifting my board right now because I realized I have some players in my top 10 that are graded blue chip according to my board, but they didn't achieve a blue chip grade. So it's like I'm pushing them out of blue chip. Like I'm going to be a little bit more strict with my grading to where it's like for corners, if you're graded 80 plus, you're a blue chip. Same thing with every other position. If any position is graded 80 plus, you're a blue chip in my eyes. Some guys can twist my arm a little bit.
Yeah.
But
quick question for you, bud. What are your if the Vikings get to pick Drake May, JJ McCarthy, who are you taking?
Is that an actual question?
If they're both available, who are you taking?
This is an actual question from SC. I thought you were asking me this because you know my answer. It's Drake May.
Yeah. It's the only answer.
Yeah. Okay, I'm actually dropping 80 Mitchell into my top 10. I'm being very strict with my board. Like, I think it's fine. There we go. Voila. What do we think the Chargers are going to do at 5?
trade.
Yeah.
I know the Cardinals are like talking about, hey, we might trade now, but I mean, I think that depends if the Patriots don't take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah. Oh, 80, 79 grade. Oh, that sucks. He's like just under 80. Deep down, I just want to push him a little bit more. I'm like, run, little child. you could be my little blue chipper. Andrew Phillips officially top 10. You're gonna hate that. I love it.
I just don't buy into like Kentucky corners being like
That's scouting a
high
helmet.
end. That
That's
is, but I mean, I feel like there's enough to where it's like we've seen these athletic Kentucky corners come out and then just be okay at best.
but the tape is different. He's a different dude.
He's honestly, I'm going to be honest. I
He's
liked Carrington Valentine tape better than Andrew Phillips, and I didn't have Valentine rated that high.
I like Valentine actually quite a bit.
I liked him too. I just didn't like him like day 2 like him.
Yeah, I had him day 2. I really like Carrington Valentine. So maybe I'm just higher on Kentucky corners than you.
Like straight up, Andrew Phillips is between like 2 of my like favorite corners in this class.
He's corner 20 for you. I already saw.
It's a good corner class. I love my top 22 corners. I honestly, I love every corner I have a draftable grade on. Outside of maybe Kalen Keene right now. Asterisk.
His fall off needs to be studied. It's bad. Like genuinely bad.
Like, dude, the Colorado corner, Chicozy Anusium, like I like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm touching him at the earliest to like the 5th round.
Yeah. I could see that. That's fine. But Andrew Phillips is Jair Alexander. Just we'll see.
I haven't gotten to my comps yet. I honestly think Nate Wiggins will probably get the Jair comp.
Well, like, I gave it because Andrew is my highest graded man corner in the class. For all systems, man. Quinion is fucking amazing. He's graded higher than Andrew, but just
no, Quinion's him.
He's a beast.
That's literally his comp. Him.
Terrion Arnold's better.
I'm not there, dude. I'm literally still sitting here thinking about I think I'm gonna have Kool-Aid ahead of Arnold.
I mean, Kool-Aid's a beast.
Yeah, I'm literally just sitting here waiting for that private pro day for Cooper DeJean.
Dude, my thing is I'm trying to figure out who I'm dropping because I'm moving up Nealand as. By the way, Nealand's my edge 3. I don't know if we talked about this.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. I regraded him, and I'm like, holy.
Man, I come in here like thinking I love a guy,
and
that's the thing, dude. That's the thing. You think you love somebody, and you find out there's someone out there that just loves them more.
That's me.
Like I was the first one talking about Jackson Powers Johnson. I loved Jackson Powers Johnson. I didn't love him like Tyler Linderbaum loved him.
Yeah,
but just a little bit under that.
Yeah,
and I guarantee most people have him like higher than I do.
Where do you have him?
He is 20.
He's 34 on my board right now. But that's because I have a lot of players I never thought I'd have in the top 32.
Dude, I have Liatu Latu at 16, and I feel like that's too low.
See, I'm at 32 right now, and I'm trying to push him above like Romo Tunze.
Yeah, dude, I love Byron Murphy, and I have him at 19, and I think that's too low.
Yeah, I have Byron Murphy at 10 or at number 9 on my board.
You know what it is? It's because I have all these stupid tackles bunched up everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm like, dude, do I have Mims and Latham genuinely and like Jerzon Newton genuinely above, Kool-Aid McKinstry and Nealand, Latu.
Yeah, when I'm doing my board, like I'm like looking, I was like, okay, would I take Amarius Mims ahead of Jackson Powers Johnson? Because I think I might. I think I would.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's just like if you need both, then the position.
It's like such a because that's like I always try to take into account positional value. Because like if you're not drafting based on positional value, then you're like the Patriots the last couple of years.
That's
You're the Jags who took
yeah.
like Luke Fortner, thinking that would be good, and all
But
of
if
2
Luke
years
Fortner was a
later,
really good player though, then
huh?
they would. If Luke Fortner were actually just a really good player instead of drafting a position that's just higher value, like maybe you should. I'm honestly doing the exact opposite right now while we're talking. I'm dropping players with sub 80 grades. I don't give a damn what position they're playing. But you're not blue
I
chip.
do. I
Get
do.
me.
If even Bijan, dude, Bijan last year, I loved Bijan. Everybody loved Bijan. There wasn't a shot he was going to be in my top 10. He'd be lucky if he made it to my top 15, and he didn't. He made it in my top 20. He was like 18 or 19.
Well, that's a little bit different though. That's like legit positional. That's an actual position that has almost no value in the NFL.
Yeah, but I mean, you can make like the case for like that's not fair. That's not fair. Hold on. Legitimately, like no value.
There's no value for like
Take it away tomorrow, and it won't change the game one bit.
It's oversaturated. Obviously, the price of Saquon Barkley we're like complaining about when it's like 13 million. Like we're rewarding teams for paying 23 million to players.
Yeah.
Saying that's cheap. But I will say quarterback, technically Caleb doesn't have a 90 plus grade. And he
has a
generational.
He has a 100.
No,
I don't know if I hate throwing around the generational tag.
He is different though. I haven't seen someone like him.
I rather say like, oh, he's like the best quarterback prospect I've seen since this.
Yeah. But
kind of like with Marvin Harrison Jr. Like for me, it's like, oh yeah, man, he's probably one of the best receivers I've looked at since like Jamar Chase. I loved Jamar Chase.
Yeah. That's why I don't have him as a generational. But I have generationals once every 5 to 10 years that you get a player like that. Like that's a player generation. It's like a first contract.
Yeah. For me, Caleb Williams is probably the best quarterback to come out tools-wise since Andrew Luck.
Yeah. So that's why I say it's generational, because it's been like 5 to 10 years since we've seen.
Yeah. Like Trevor Lawrence is close, but
so these are my definitions of generational blue chip in like grade 1, like round 1 grade. Generational is once every 5 to 10 years. Blue chip is a franchise changing starter. So like obviously instant starter, gonna be there for a while. And then my round 1 grades essentially are instant starters. Or actually that's not true. My basic grade 1, like my tier 1, rather than like tier S and like etc., that's instant starter. So I have it actually separated as like round.
So I have an S tier, an A tier, a B tier.
Like essentially, but I actually have the top 2 labeled as
okay.
Such, you know what I mean? Because if I start doing S tier and shit, it's just like at that point I'm like, man, like, because certain players don't need to grade very high to be an S tier player.
Yeah.
But to be a blue chip player, it's different semantics. It's the same thing, just differently. But essentially, I just have to believe you're an instant starter to be my 1 grade. And I have a lot of instant starters. Like my 2 probably begins at 42 with Tyler Guyton. Fair?
Okay.
Those are the rich. By the way, where do you have Mo Kamara on your board?
He's like just outside my top 100.
He's 53 on mine. I really love him.
I like him too, but
old. 25.
Old, short.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
On sale Hassan Reddick. But like
do I have a comp for him?
Play style wise, he feels very similar to Hassan.
Oh, that's okay.
By the way,
I have Nwosu for a comp.
Who?
The Seattle Edge.
Oh.
Nwosu.
Okay. Nwosu, like Uchenna?
Yeah. Uchenna. I didn't dare try pronouncing the first name.
That's a really good player.
Yeah, he's good. He's solid.
It's outside your top 100? If he
just because the comp's good, like all right, hold up. So
That was
th-
supposed to be. That's why I said,
they're
well, I'm like,
like
yes.
my comps are a bit all over the place because it's not necessarily like
Dude.
projecting what they'll be, but like kind of
Yeah.
like what their play style is, what their aesthetic is, measurements, metrics, all that good stuff.
This guy's going to be getting a re-eval probably in the next week or two because I'm going to jump into linebackers after the offensive line again because I already graded the linebackers this year twice, but I'm doing it a third time. Curtis Jacobs is a top 64 player on my board.
Yeah, I figured you'd like him. You're a homer for Penn State linebackers, though.
Do you not see my shirt? I love Penn State, period, dude. I don't know why. I literally my family is Ohio State. Like we have Ohio State alums in the family.
All right, just to show you how wild my comps like kind of vary, because it's not based on production. That's not what I'm like doing it on. It's play style and all that stuff I mentioned, metrics and whatnot. I go to my running back rankings. My running back threes comp is Jerome Ford, while my running back like 5 comp is Debo Samuel-esque.
Are you talking about Malachi Corley?
No.
Oh.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, you never know.
Malachi Corley, my comp. I went with Trevor Sickma. I liked his comp for Malachi Corley. I went with short Laviska Chenault.
I think that's great. That's a very solid comp. I respect that comp. Man, did you see the recording that was in the StreamYard?
Mm-mm.
The most recent one? Take a peek. Just do it. You're gonna hate me.
How do I do that?
Just open up a new tab. Go into stream.
Son of a gun.
Just yeah, you're gonna hate me for it. But while I reorganize this, we do have a question that says,
like, I just go to past.
Mhm.
Marshawn Nealon.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You know what that means, right?
No, I don't. I have no idea. This is my first time using StreamYard. Like this.
No, I got an interview with Marshawn.
Oh, yeah.
And I shouted you out.
Right. I would hate that.
Yeah, I shouted you out in it, so maybe you would be very grateful for that. I was like, hey, I found out about you because my buddy Broshmo.
I'm sure he was like, who the hell goes by that?
Like, this is legitimate. And Broshmo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw him on ESPN once.
Yeah, but dude's actually a chill dude. I'm doing a vid with that football analysis guy. Really chill dude. But
I don't know who that football analysis guy is. Oh, the actual channel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what football analysis guy?
I'm forgetting off the top of my head.
No, yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's got like, doesn't he got like 60 or 70,000?
120. Yeah, I'm like, the dude just exponentially increases. I'm like, what you doing, brother?
Like, I was close.
You're within 2. It's just crazy because he started roughly around, like, he started a little bit earlier than me.
Oh, he uses highlights, doesn't he?
I think so.
I'm so scared to use highlights anytime, even if it's like a 6-second highlight. I'm like, oh, am I gonna get hit? Am I gonna get hit?
I got videos taken down because of it.
Yeah, no, I like going back to 2021 was Trevor Etienne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that running, like I had highlights in that running back video, and got hit, and I was like, this bull crap, I'm never doing it again. And I've been slowly trying to itch them back in just because.
Yeah.
Well, it makes the video more entertaining. You're just not watching a talking head, you know.
Yeah.
But
dude, no, this guy's
I'm
super
scared.
Chill. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see. Yeah, he's at 129 right now. Like,
so roughly what I thought, but double.
Yes. But it's like the dude's super duper chill, but that's going to be tagged to the end of it. His thumbnails are relatively still professional. It's very it's very similar to that franchise guy, but like more colorful.
Yeah. What do you think about this comp for the Latu Jalen Phillips?
I mean, it's kind of entertaining because Jalen Phillips used to be at UCLA and he got kicked out for medical reasons.
Yeah, right.
Then he went to the U. I kind of like it. What was Jalen Phillips' length though? I want to see the measurements.
I don't know. I went with more of a technician, which got me into spotty trouble when it came to comps. Because yeah, you remember I laid out that comp where I was like, "Oh man, dude, this feels ridiculous."
Oh, like the Khalil one.
It like Old Man Logan, right? Like Wolverine, Old Man Logan, Old Man Khalil. That's the comp. Old Man Khalil.
Dude, yeah. I mean, well, I remember we were actually on our last stream talking about this. And that's where I was like, why don't you just put veteran? Like veteran.
Yeah.
It's like that makes it so much better. Okay, so oh, actually somebody did this on my birthday of all days. So they comped the two. So Latu 6'5", 265, Phillips 6'5", 262. Latu 4'6", Phillips 4'5", 162 for Latu, 159 for Phillips. So similar in terms of their size and 40, but Phillips obviously superior. 36-inch vert for Phillips. God dang. And 125 broad versus 32 and 116 for Latu. So a completely inferior athlete in every realm. I was really hoping that I could see the measurements though.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tough because like athletically, like Latu is more mid, you know.
I'm seeing if move the stick. I'm trying to see if I could filter this properly. From move the sticks. Dang it! I was really hoping that we'll just put combine Jalen Phillips. Why don't I just look this up on Google? I was trying to be like sneaky on Twitter and see if I could just get it with a quick Q, and it just did not work. Oh, dude, remember Quincy Roche? What a beast! What a beast.
Dude, I don't know why you're higher on them Hurricane players. I feel like I'm so low on Hurricanes.
Oh, that's why. Because I fucking spelled his name wrong.
Do you, baby? No, you spelled Jalen wrong?
Yeah. I'm like, why am I not getting this information? Like, and that's why. Move the sticks. There we go. No, Daniel Jeremiah just has a video of him crushing somebody. Did he not measure his arm length or something? What's up with this? Like, this is kind of wild. Beware, there might be a video that plays in the background that I will X out ASAP. And I'll get very mad at. Oh, no, we're good. Oh, no, incoming. Yes, I got it. Arm length 33 and a quarter. So that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. That's a long-winded way of saying it's pretty accurate, but I would just say a significantly worse version of Jalen Phillips. They both have injury history. We got dude, you should have seen. I told Neelan that I had him above Latu, and he was like, I was like, all right, are you making me drop you on my board right now? Like, don't make me, bro. The fuck?
Oh.
I mean, Latu has absolutely no power in his lower body compared to Phillips, though. I really
got Phillips. A super chat. I gotta hit the cowbell.
The fuck?
What is it? What does it say? Hit what?
Did you get that recently?
I just got it now.
Oh, you just got it? When did you
cowbell?
Did you have that in our other streams?
Yeah, I've been using the cowbell, fool. I have been.
For my ones?
Yes.
I'm having Jalen Phillips memory right now. All the concussions. You have a kazoo?
I got a kazoo. I got a pool whistle.
You got a vape pen?
Nah, dude, I'm off the vape pen, dude.
I know. I'm so proud of you. You haven't done that in a long time.
Well, hey, man. I spent, 10 years of my life smoking, so slowly but surely.
The stogies will make you happen.
Dude, I'll tell you, for most people, they smell that, like that smoke, the cigarette smell, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, that's the good stuff.
I would be supportive of you and be like, damn, dude, I'm proud of you. And then you're just like, that's the good stuff.
I'm
Like,
just telling you, life as a former addict, dude.
fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Dude, what's crazy is that
I'm
the true OGs actually recognize this, though. Like,
yeah,
I'm in a remote location, but
dude.
OG.
So for the college football season, right? To explain my instruments of choice, right?
Yeah.
Cowbell, touchdown. This is the turnover kazoo. And then field goals, they get the slide whistle.
What the hell?
It was suggested by the chat.
The chat rules. I'll just say
Slowly
that.
but surely. We got to read this super chat from Mr. Rudy Poo, which, by the
True.
way, Rock doing great work in wrestling right now.
Mm.
Help me, fellas. I keep getting mocks for Chop at 22 with Reddit getting traded. I see Nolan Smith, a Nolan Smith clone, convinced me he'll be worth it.
Do you want me to go first on this one or no?
You go. I mean,
I'm gonna make you feel so much better about this. He's not worth it. That's an ass pick because you're basically screwing your franchise. That's literally there's no reason to get Chop. You're screwing your franchise. He needs multiple years to develop. He's not even like Nolan because Nolan was actually developing as a good run defender. This guy's not a good run defender. You're
well,
going after,
Nolan came in like pound for pound a really good run defender.
I know that's what I'm saying. Nolan actually came in knowing how to play the run and maybe being a little bit. I mean, he was extremely raw as a pass rusher. Chop has no run defense capabilities at the NFL level.
And why would you just keep getting like small at the pass rush position? They bring in Bryce Huff.
Yeah, he's like 6'1", 245. Like,
yeah, and then they bring in like Devin White, who was really used as a pass rusher down the stretch for the Bucks. They bring in Zach Bond, who's kind of like he's not really off ball. Like they're bringing in all these undersized pass rushers.
Yeah.
Almost had to keep Josh Sweat at that point.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but that would be probably one of the worst picks that y'all could make. One of the best things you
could go edge, dude. Why? Like, I get keep a strength to strength, but it's like they invested financially in keeping a strength already.
If they didn't restructure Sweat and they got rid of Hassan and Josh, then it's like you have 3 primary edge rushers you can start justifying.
Yeah.
But you have 5 bona fide starting edge. Let's not even talk about BG, right? Let's not even talk about BG. But you have 5 dudes who actually deserve reps right now on your roster. You trade one, you still have 4 dudes who need to eat. And they're not all going to be eating at the same time. It's a waste of a pick. But I was going somewhere. There was something else I wanted to bring up with. Oh, one of the best things you can do is pray to God he falls to the Niners. Because he's going to be great for the Niners. But by the time he's great, they're already going to have to be paying everybody else. So you're going to see a much more depleted Niners team by the time Chop's actually able to ascend. So pray for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Liatu Latu, someone actually brought this up in chat. He's going for a top 30 visit. It was actually the other Alex in chat.
Yeah.
But and that's an interesting one. But I mean, I know that they're probably not going to do this. I feel like they have to address the corner position at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho, let's read this other one because it made me giggle.
Okay.
I'll give it a little cowbell from Colt's house.
He dropped 2.
Yeah, he dropped 2 because this one. I'll read this one and then I'm gonna read the second one and then I'm gonna get a hearty laugh. Hail Mary drafts Colts better than bro. I assume he means me. Ha ha ha. He he. He says defensive end, corner, wide receiver. But wait. Colts need corner and edge and safety, not wide receiver first. But you just said they need wide receiver. Oh, I'm going to assume that was a typo. All right. So,
do not aim on Colt's house when he's showing love.
No. I appreciate you showing love and whatnot. But I'm just saying. Hey, if I'm gonna read your chat, I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna put a little stank in there. I'm gonna be entertaining about it. I'll raise the voice. Don't take it personal. I'm just having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. What safety you take into the first round?
Cooper DeJean.
Stupid. You don't watch wrestling, do you?
Oh, now I get the rest.
Randy Orton. Stupid.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, I think, is going to be a really good corner. I do like him for Gus Bradley's system. So I don't mind that.
Yeah, it makes so much sense, dude. If you can trade back and get Coop potentially as well.
I think I'm taking Quinion, though, over Coop.
Yeah. But Coop
Okay.
just versatile as hell.
Let me ask you this. Riddle me this, because typically I kind of fall between 3 picks, depending on who's available in Colts mocks. Do you take edge for the Colts?
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They have 4 dudes who've got 7 sacks, but not one of them's an actual edge one. But I don't do it.
They invested so much money on the defensive line.
Well, they're going to be losing one of their biggest assets next year.
Who is that asset? Don't tell me Quiddy Pay.
D-Buck. He's coming up for contract.
Oh, that's fair. I thought you meant I thought you meant edge wise.
D-line. Like they're losing a lot of assets on their D-line. You're going to need somebody to step up and be the dog.
Yeah, I'm not against edge. It's just typically Quinion's there or Brian Thomas is there, and I'm like, those are more sexy options to me.
Brian Thomas, though, I mean, his role is almost identical to what Alec Pierce would do, though.
Except for better.
But you're getting very marginally better for a team that has big
I don't think you are.
You are.
The upside is significantly better with Brian Thomas.
But your DBs are still kind of ass. You're going to have a 10% better wide receiver.
No, I'm saying, like, dude, if Terry and Arnold or Quinion are there, I typically like going there. Again, I'm kind of lost on Cooper DeJean. I want that pro day. Yeah. Maybe he resurfaces back in the top 20. But if it's not like Quinion or Terry and Arnold, I'm usually going with Brian Thomas if he's available.
I mean, I go Brock Bowers, but I think that has to be a generation.
But Brock Bowers hasn't been available in my last couple. I always have him going to the Jets, and Jets fans are weird. Jets fans are like, why would we take freaking Brock Bowers? Like he's not an immediate upgrade to their tight end position. Why wouldn't we go with the tackle? I don't know. You just invested. You traded for Morgan Moses. You signed Tyron Smith. Oh, but that's not the future. You think Aaron Rodgers is the future? You got a Super Bowl window. Get immediate players.
Neither of those guys are necessarily reliable health-wise, though. You should.
I get that, and I think that's a fair talking point. But you brought them on. You didn't sign these guys thinking, oh, they're not going to be that reliable health-wise. You're like, okay, we're hoping medically that they will be okay during the duration of a whole season. They do have like Max Mitchell there as a backup. I know that's not sexy sounding, but honestly, it's fine enough to where I'm like, I don't know. I think the other option there, if it's not obviously receiver available, because I don't think it will be, is maybe like a Troy
Fautanu.
Fatu. I'm just gonna say Fatanu.
Yeah.
Who would probably play left guard immediately, which you just signed Josh Simpson.
Wait. Left guard. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Hold on. Our lads.
What, you would be moving him to the right side?
Potential. I mean, I don't know.
To Elijah Vera Tucker spot?
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, I think you're talking about the Colts. I was like, hey,
no, the Colts. No, the Colts. I honestly, if they were to go with offensive line in the first round, it's Jackson Powers Johnson. Like Ryan Kelly's probably, I think, a year away from not being a Colt, and he's missed some time recently.
You said left guard. I was like, you're gonna replace Quentin Nelson? What the fuck? I don't know why I was still thinking about the Colts. I think I saw it.
I mean, to be fair, Quentin Nelson's not been his like former great self. He's still hella good, but not like. I don't think he's a top 10 guard anymore.
Yeah, John Simpson's not bad.
Like, he's not bad. Like honestly, if that's the worst player on your offensive line, you probably feel good about it.
Yeah, but you're essentially saying that Warren Carter and Max Mitchell both have a 60+% chance of both having to start a game this year.
But this is what I'm saying. Why are we drafting a backup at pick 10 for
Because
an
they're
Aaron
gonna,
Rodgers-led team?
because they're gonna start. They're not gonna be a backup.
They're
Tyron
not going to
Smith
start the whole season. Dude, didn't Smith play like 12 games last year?
Why would you? Do you see Aaron Rodgers
I'd rather take a freaking
last year?
Brock Bowers starting the whole freaking season
He did.
than Troy Fautanu playing like, oh, he gets 6 starts this year.
But if you end up losing Tyron Smith for 5 games, you're putting right now. Apparently, Warren Carter is the guy to be the backup.
Or Max Mitchell. It's either or, honestly.
Yeah, Max Mitchell or Warren Carter is your starting offensive tackle for Aaron Rodgers for 5 games? Or would you rather Aaron have to do a little bit more with Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, and Tyler Conklin, but be protected?
I think I'd rather have the playmakers to get the ball out earlier.
No. It doesn't, like, Tyler Conklin is adequate enough for a quick pass system.
And guess what? It's like 60% of his snaps were in the slot last year.
Then you're getting somebody who's being able to play like versatile. I mean, you got Jeremy Rookert, who's solid. You can't show him Jeremy Rookert.
Dude, just give me Brock Bowers, bro.
No, I'm not giving you this one. I mean, I'm actually looking at the Our Lads thing right now. You got Conklin,
Yeah, so am I.
Yeboah, and Kuntz. Dude, we were talking about Kuntz as a potential 3rd-round pick last year. Dude fell to the 7th for God.
Yeah, but he's not proven or anything. He didn't play at all last year.
You know who's not really proven? Max Mitchell or Warren Carter at being able to play an actual starting tackle.
But you can hide that when you have good pass catchers. They bring in Mike Williams. Yeah, okay. Quick game. That's not him. Well, that's not true. Like, a lot of his game was like stick routes.
But who's performed really well with an ass O-line? What teams have a really good receiver?
We're talking about one weak spot. One weak spot.
That's still a big weak spot.
I'm saying it's significant, but I'd rather take Brock Bowers than taking my 10th overall pick to essentially be
a 5+ game starter. Not to mention playoffs. Let's not even say that. We're talking about the regular season here. 17 games.
Regular season.
That sounded like Russell Wilson. but
Mr. Regular.
Mr. Regular season. But think about this.
That's literally Russell Wilson right now, Mr. Regular season.
Not this year. Not this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, not as old as Mike Tomlin's head coach.
Yeah, no, we'll see about that. But think about it this way: if you have Warren Carter,
we'll get back to the Colts in a second. Keep going.
Colts house going off right now. That money's not coming to me. If you want to send me the money, I have a link tree. This is going to Broshmo.
Hey, bro, you made money the last 2 streams.
This guy's paying this shit on you instead of me.
Paying for my dinner tonight. I'm gonna eat good. I
know, dude. Like, this guy might have paid for my kava in this case, but looking at, like,
give me another Golden Girls mug.
Look at the impact, though. You actually have 4 tight ends who have potential to be receiving weapons. You have 0 backup tackles that could actually be a bona fide, legit offensive tackle. It's the same argument as the corner argument. You have 1 ass O lineman. You're going to be picked up.
I'm more passionate about corners and wide receivers. I think they're both more valuable than
offensive tackle.
Yes.
Stop it now.
I think corner is the most important position on a defense, and I think wide receiver is more valuable than a tackle.
That is ridiculous. Come on.
That's coming from a hog molly. That's you. Biased. You can't see past your own bias, dude.
No, it's true. What teams have ass O lines?
Okay, if you're gonna ask me to rank, like, value, I'd go quarterback, wide receiver, tackle.
But say 2 teams that have an ass O line or an ass spot.
That's the thing. They don't, though. Like,
But
if
they do,
let's
'cause
say
they're
Tyron Smith, because this is the guy getting hurt in this instance,
but he's going
I
to.
still feel good about the combination of Elijah Vera Tucker, who, fun fact, yes, can play left tackle if they need him to.
So now you have Jake Hansen starting.
I would probably say Xavier Newman because I think he actually had more reps last year. I mean, it's relevant. I get it.
It's ass. Like, you
But
have a
I'd rather be
massive
weak
gap on
at
your O-line.
guard than at tackle.
Did I die? Okay, no, I'm back. We're alive. But you
No,
have
I haven't decided to kill you yet.
a well,
And because now we're talking about the Jets. No one's asking about the Jets, probably
I know
because no one cares about the Jets.
Colts house coming in.
I'm okay with taking a tackle at 10. I want to make that very obvious. I would just
That's not
rather I would have Brock Bowers higher than taking a tackle.
well, I mean, I have Brock Bowers significantly higher than all my tackles, and I would still take a tackle. I trade back though. That's my
Okay. They should trade back in general because they don't have a second round pick.
yeah. I mean, like I would personally try to trade back. I think the best deal was actually what happened in my most recent mock. I traded back. I think it was with the Packers, so they actually got their second round pick back. And then they ended up getting Tyler Guyton there and Xavier Leggett in the second round. I
Oh,
was like,
Tyler Guy ain't gonna be there, dude.
at 2025? Why not?
Oh, I thought you meant like in the second round.
No. At 25, they got Tyler Guyton. At 41, they got Xavier Leggett.
I
Like,
got you.
that to me, like that combines both of our perspectives. Obviously, yeah. Ideally, you always trade down, get more draft assets. It's just like I think if you stick at 10, it depends on what tackle's there, though. It really
How
does.
shocked would I be if the Dolphins took a receiver in round 1? Not shocked at all.
Tyreek.
If you tell me they would take Xavier Worthy at 21, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds like it. I mean, we love speed. All right, let's get to Cold House's other super chat that I gotta hit the cowbell on. He says, yes, Edge, verse, please. I do love verse. I do love verse quite a bit. Alex is 100% right. We need depth at wide receiver, not at 15. Well, you already got depth. His name is Alec Pierce. He's a fine wide receiver 3/4. We need edge, not good edge after round. Oh, that's not true. I think there's some quality edges in round 2.
But you have wide receiver 1 and 2 on the roster right now with Downs and Pittman. You have a role now that's wide receiver 3. Why do you need to get another wide receiver 2?
I would say Brian Thomas is that good. That's the thing.
Is he top 10 on your board or something?
He's top 15 on my board, so it's in line for this pick.
Yeah, he's top 20 to 15 range for me. But
yeah, I mean, at his size, 4.33, I think of what was his 40 time.
In the low 4.3s.
Huh?
It's like low to mid 4.3s.
Yeah, something like that. And to be fair, I think the dude was probably a year away from being a top 10 pick. Like, I would have had him up there with Luther Burden in the 2025 class. I think he can be that good. I think the ceiling's that good with Brian Thomas.
Tetrao McMillan. That's the name. He's going to be the best receiver next class.
I'm curious about his speed, man. I haven't done an evaluation on him, but like just kind of from what I've watched, because I live in Arizona, so I watch Arizona games.
Yeah.
I was I can see it, but I am curious about the speed. I don't think it's like high end speed, but I don't think it's like, he's gonna run like a 4.61.
But he might test in the gauntlet drill just as well as Keon Coleman did.
Yeah. Again, I'd have to go look at him route to route. And I mean, to be fair, like Jed Fish, like he ran the most simplistic like route tree there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's
still at UA, or did he transfer? Why?
No, well now Jed's over in Washington.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why he should be going to UW with?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, Arizona made a strong deal, and him and Noah Pitata, they were high school. They were high school teammates, and both decided to stay at Arizona.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of that whole Arizona team, dude. I mean, last year, you don't realize how close these guys were, like, competing.
yeah, dude, they were like what? Didn't Mississippi State take them to OT or whatnot?
I don't know, but
It was early in the year before they got on their run,
yeah,
and that was an away game for Arizona.
yeah,
Like they
that
were I
crazy.
mean, they almost beat USC. Maybe USC was the overtime game actually that I was thinking of. But I know Mississippi State came down to the wire.
Yeah,
And they almost beat Washington, dude. That was when honestly the cracks started showing up in Michael Penix's game.
that's you're not wrong there. Yeah,
Yeah, because then that game I think was preceded by the Arizona State game, where that's where it was like, wow, what the hell? Where's this offense?
yeah.
But
Uh,
I'm not gonna disagree with Jared Verse at 15. I really like Jared Verse. So
he's where is he on your board?
he is big board.
Look at this. USC lost 41-43. Oregon State win 27-24. Washington State, let's not mention the fact they won 44-6, but uh UCLA, they beat them 27-10. The Colorado, damn, I didn't know they actually went on that type of winning streak. Oh, damn.
Dude, no, they went on a big run. They lost all their games early in the season. It started
Washington,
with that Mississippi State game.
yeah, they lost 24-31 both in that game and versus Washington. But they beat Stanford. They crushed UTEP, like barely lost to USC. Like they kicked rear, dude. Like that's why I'm so high on Prysock and who's the other corner on the team that I like even
Davis, right? Something that's like
more.
Takaria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's a beast.
But Jared versus 10.
I think Jared Verse might be 11 on mine. He is
Well,
12.
I mean, I have Dallas Turner at 11. Like I literally have them like right
Oh,
there.
right. You're of the mindset that Dallas is worse. Okay.
No, I'm not. I just of the mindset that I've been a Jared Verse fan since last season.
So if he's not
Even
worse,
predating the season. I thought he was gonna I had him in my top 10 edge prior to the season going into it. I was like, hey, this guy from Albany can play.
that was your guy.
That
And
was my guy.
Jared Verse was your Fuaga for me.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, when you start talking about Fuaga and look at where we're at now.
I know. It's crazy.
I mean, to be fair, like his game went to like he was already like really good solid tackle, but
Yeah.
like this year was like
Elevated.
no one will survive.
No, I was obviously that was my guy, but yeah, Verse was your guy. Like Fuaga was mine. You're better at sniping the edge guys early. I feel like I'm better at sniping the tackles early. Like Tyler Smith or like offensive line, like Tyler Smith was
Well,
like
yeah, isn't that your thing though? That's kind of like your
that's my thing. That's my shtick. Yeah.
yeah. You wank off to O line.
O line and corners. That's my thing.
Yeah, I do love me some corners too. That's honestly my favorite position to
Me too. I love
evaluate.
corners.
Anything on the perimeter, dude. I just
I would say the easiest position. So for you, what's your easiest position to grade? Like you can get a feel for a player in the shortest period of time. For me, that's offensive tackle. Like you can be confident with your evaluation in the least amount of reps.
I would have said that, if, Evan Neal wasn't such
But again,
cheeks.
like, do we know if Evan Neal actually would have been cheeks if he played left tackle or actually had a better O line coach?
Well, I mean, shoot, that for me it goes back to like I was a big Josh Jones fan.
Yeah.
And he's only been good at left tackle in the NFL, and he's gone to a team that the Cardinals and the Texans were like, "Here, go play right tackle."
Yeah. Oh, well, he might be able to play left tackle this year when Ronnie Stanley gets hurt again.
Golly, yeah, right.
Yeah, fucking wild.
It's honestly a good pickup too by the Ravens.
Oh yeah, I was a big fan of that. It was cheap, pretty cheap too. So it's like you're getting someone who will actually potentially start for you. Like, the sad thing is he actually might end up playing right tackle for him.
Yeah.
Well,
I honestly think wide receiver and corner are some of the easier ones
yeah.
for me.
Okay.
Just because athleticism plays a lot into it.
Yeah.
And I know you're like this with wide receivers. Like, I love hips.
Yeah. fluidity.
Shakira was right, 100%. Those hips do not lie.
Yeah.
And especially if you got a corner who's got hips.
Yeah.
Especially now with wide receivers, I'm really starting to get into like just like the fakes, them being able to turn them hips, just turn them on a swivel, and then like on comebacks or like little hooks, being able to get down and just
change of direction, man. That's a thing. That's a big thing for me.
Yeah, and it all just comes down to athleticism. It feels like that's just kind of the easiest thing in the world to like nail down.
Yeah.
When it comes to
no, like
football.
corner and offensive tackle. Those are probably the positions I feel most comfortable the quickest.
Yeah, you get to the interior of the offensive line where athleticism matters less, and it's kind of like, all right, who are the strong boys?
Yeah, I feel like I'm really good at pushing tackles to guard, maybe not the other way. Like I would say, well, I haven't graded interior in a hot sec, but
oh, dude, that's the class I have the most evals on.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I have a lot of evals, but like,
dude, it's stuffed. It's stuffed, except for Aaron Frost. You remember him from Nevada?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He went to Arizona State. Dude had like the worst tested of like all time.
What is that? Orlando Brown?
Oh, dude, he wished he pulled an Orlando Brown. Like, let me read this off to you because he had 22 on the bench, and I'm like, you know,
okay, maybe he's
kind
fast.
of hoped you were kind of hope you're fast now. 5.5440. He had 22 and a half in the vert. He didn't get over 100 inches in the broad. His his agility drills, the shuttle was over 5 seconds. The 3-cone was close to 8.5 seconds.
These guys, like, who are ass athletes, why do you even test?
I know, right?
Like,
it's wild. He should actually. He probably has stood a better chance of getting drafted if he came out last year.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, so I'm curious. Where do you have Jordan Morgan on your board? And do you have him as a pure tackle or?
I have him as not a pure tackle. Like my role for him is zone tackler guard.
Okay. Where is he on your board?
He is 45.
Oh, I thought you said 14. I was like,
yeah, I told you. Like my top 15 is nothing but tackles.
So I have him as a pure guard. If you're grading him as a pure guard, where would you put him? Would you put him higher?
All right, I'm gonna shoot him to the interior. Look to the interiors real quick. I think I would have him. No, I'd probably have him in the same spot because I'd have him right after Zach Frazier.
Okay. So where do you think
he would be interior 5 for me?
Okay. Where do you think I have him? Overall. I have him as a guard exclusive.
I think you probably have him as interior 3 or 4.
Okay. Granted, I haven't regraded the interior yet, so like at the moment, where he's at.
I don't think it's gonna be that different. I think you're gonna have him at like 30, 35. Is it higher?
I have him as a Pro Bowl offensive guard.
Perennial. So he's up there with Christian Haynes for you.
He's higher than Christian Haynes at the moment.
You douche, dude. You douche.
He's interior 1. He is 15th overall on my board.
Interior 1?
Yeah. I genuinely see an all pro level guard.
To each their own.
You'll see. I'm just saying. When you see him line up with a tight end and someone who can actually block next to him, which I guess his tight end can't, but
tight end was Taylon McLaughlin,
a former wide receiver. But I genuinely think this guy could be a Pro Bowl, if not all pro offensive guard.
Okay.
He's a 77 grade as an offensive guard, a 70 grade as an offensive tackle.
All right. I'm gonna go to Sengi real quick. He says, besides O lineman, what do you see the Eagles doing in the first round? I want to say corner. Is it gonna be corner? Probably not.
I mean, they haven't. I don't think Have they drafted a corner in the first?
Not since probably like Lito Shepherd.
Yeah, it's been like a hot minute. But
Yeah. But I mean, hey, dude,
most elite backup corner core.
if you're like, they haven't done it since then, it's like, hey, man, history's meant to be broken.
True. True.
Say
Uh,
every.
they literally have the best backup corner core in the NFL. So you have to be getting a Pro Bowler.
How much of Michigan's offensive line have you watched?
Not enough to call Trevor Keegan a sleeper.
Okay. So I've gone through because I already have all 6 of their offensive linemen in this class. I already went ahead and did all their evals.
Yeah.
And he's not yeah, this guy's not the sleeper to me. Like I think he's fine. I think I have a draftable grade on him. I do have a draftable grade on him. Okay. But I really like Trent Jones. I think it's Trent Jones. It's like Trent, then with an E at the end. So I don't know if it's like Trenty.
Yeah.
But I really like that cat. Like,
Okay.
I think he's got good versatility. I think he's got really good movement skills. And he was literally their 6th offensive lineman. Like, I think he was kind of the guy that came in and
Yeah.
kind of moved around when they needed starters.
Yeah.
So
I like Drake
that's
Nugent, but not that much.
yeah, Nugent's nice too.
I have him as a day 3 guy solidly now. After being sub 300, testing out mid.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside linebacker. Oof.
You got linebacker takes?
It is pretty. I think it's a mixture of both overrated and underrated at the same time. Like, there's some linebackers that don't get respect, in my opinion. You look at Curtis Jacobs. I'm a big fan of him. If the medicals work out, obviously Peyton Wilson is going to be really damn solid. But you got Ulufosho in there as well. But just none of the guys who actually get me excited. Like, I don't know. I would just say I even thought that Edrin Cooper is better on the line of scrimmage.
I mean, yeah, no kidding, dude. The dude had like 10 sacks this past season.
Like, statistics aside, his play itself, like the quality of play is exponentially different. Like, there's too much for me.
I think he's a great athlete.
Yes.
He's a long athlete too.
Mm-hmm.
I think his development might take some time, similar to like Tremaine Edmonds, who once it all started clicking for him, like it was like, oh wow. And that's the problem with linebackers. It's such a cerebral position that you'll be lucky, like, oh, year 3, oh, we got a guy. He's finally emerging, and now we're on the verge of having to decide to pay for him. Patrick Queen was kind of the same thing, you know?
Yeah. Am I frozen?
I'm
not? Okay, I'm frozen.
Oh, wait, you're frozen.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's a very good look, too.
I know, it's better than my last one where I was the paralysis demon.
Jeez.
I don't know what the hell.
The paralysis
Every
demon got me.
Dude, I know. Every single time I'm on a stream longer than 2 hours, this poor little guy freezes. But I honestly might be calling it quits soon, my good
Yeah,
sir.
that's fine. We've gone 2 hours.
Yeah.
I still got to record. I'm gonna do a redraft video today.
Heyo. That's
Heyo. Yeah. All I have to do is record it and edit it and upload it.
Yeah, you just have to do all of it.
Yeah. I mean, luckily I already got it all planned out and whatnot. I did the thumbnail.
Yeah. Well,
it'll be fun.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do a vid today. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I got some time. Then I'm gonna go take a shower, shave my head.
There you go.
Yeah,
Love that.
I'm gonna treat myself.
Yeah, I have to drive back to Dallas today, so it's like a 2-hour drive in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
not a fan of that one.
Let's knock out these last couple real quick then.
Okay.
What do you think the Texans will go for?
It seems like D tackle might be a solid move. So Chris Jenkins, I think, would be my lead selection for him right there. And then maybe a wide receiver like Xavier Leggett. adding some speed to that receiving core, some size as well.
Yeah, I think honestly it's just best player available. I mean, this is the second round.
Yeah,
It's so hard
yeah.
to project.
We don't even know who's going in the first,
Yeah,
let
right.
alone who's actually going in the second. I
Uh,
heard some rumors that JPJ's not going to go in the first. By the way.
yeah, I mean, whatever. That's how I feel about it. Like, I like JPJ.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we do this every year with centers, and
yeah,
sometimes it's true. Tyler Linderbaum fell to like what, pick 23, 25, something like that.
like that.
And then you had like Jackson or John Michael Schmitz, who was kind of the talked about center going first next year. He ends up going at like pick 56, 58. So who knows? We'll find out when we get there.
Yeah, I think so. The value of a center, because people were asking, like, do you want the Steelers to go JPJ or potentially one of the right tackles at 20? My instant answer was right tackle, but when I started thinking a little bit more into the logic between the value of like what the value of a center is, I think it's really dependent on your quarterback because when you have an experienced signal caller, you don't really need to call protections and all that shit the same way that you would if a quarterback's still getting used to NFL looks. So like that's why a like Marquise Pouncey. Oh, we're back. Let's go. That's why like a Marquise Pouncey was someone. We are not back. Marquise Pouncey was so special in my opinion, but I don't even know why my computer's bugging.
No,
Well,
you're good, dude.
um, but yeah, if you have an experienced signal caller, go after more of the offensive tackle route. If you have more of a rookie signal caller, it's more valuable to go after a center.
All right. So do you have any thoughts on Eric All?
I actually like him a lot. He's going to end up probably being a top 150 to 100 player for me.
Apparently I'm
His
the only one that hates him.
Yeah, I mean, his route running stood out to me. I actually haven't dug into the all 22 since like early in the season on him, but he's someone who stood out to me big time. Like I actually really liked his route running. It felt, I mean, ironically similar to the same reaction I had when I saw Sam Laporta's first route run, but obviously not remotely as close to the talent level.
Mm.
Like I think he could potentially be the steal tight end of the class.
Okay. I don't even have him with the draftable grade.
Damn.
Yeah, I get it. He's an Iowa. Oh, he's an Iowa tight end. Haha. He was a transfer from Michigan, I think, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so doesn't really count. But
True.
I mean, shoot, what he had a season-ending injury this past season. Didn't really do much for me. I don't think he's that good of a receiver in terms of ball skills.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't. It'd be a no for me, dog, as they say.
Honestly, someone who really disappointed me this year, who had a lot of potential to be something special in my eyes, Brevin Spanford. That guy,
I wasn't on the same track as you were with him,
just
dude.
the fuck off. I just gotta be 100 about it. Like that guy genuinely irritated the hell out of me. And then he was a bum in terms of athletic testing too. I'm like, dude,
I remember talking about him with you prior to the season. I was like, I don't know about that.
well, his route running deteriorated, his catching deteriorated. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how are you making yourself significantly worse?
Oh, all
I saw,
right.
but it's like, ugh.
We got one more question. One more question here.
Yeah.
Last question of the stream. What do you guys think about Jamin Davis playing next to Wagner? Wow. Wagner and Luvu instead of Barton and Mayo.
It's a big upgrade. It's one hell of an upgrade, dude.
Yeah, I think Jamin Davis is just going to lose playing time. That's what it is.
No, potentially. I mean, I personally just love the fact that you don't have to rely on Jamin Davis, like becoming
And,
something.
I mean, he gets to learn from one of the best.
That too. And even if Bobby Wagner is a shell of himself, you're still getting somebody who's
He's been saying that for like the last 3 years, and he never is.
That's also true. But
I
regardless,
mean, they also bring in stinking Jeremy Chin, who's freaking nice in the box.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of the moves they made at linebacker specifically. I think people are a
Yeah.
little overreacting though to giving A+ grades. I think they're just being a little bit generous.
I think they spent their money well.
I don't think they spent their money poorly.
Yeah.
I'll say it that way. They got some really good guys on some really good deals, but they also got some okay guys on.
Oh, dude, I absolutely hate was it Algretti?
Yeah, Nick Algretti.
The guard pickup. I was like, that's trash. Why? Why are you paying him money? This dude was a backup last year for good reason.
Yeah. I mean, there's just at least they're spending money on offensive line. So
Not
there's
at tackle.
they got Cornelius back.
Yeah, Cornelius is nice. He's probably one of the best like sixth men in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't even list him as a starter. They have Braden Daniels, which I got my doubts. I feel like Daniels has a better chance to start at left guard than Algretti.
I think that's a smarter move, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. This whole entire I mean, you know how much I value offensive tackle, and this team is really going to be desperate for some offensive tackle help.
Yes, they are. Offensive line help, honestly, in general.
Yeah.
Like,
they need everything.
Yeah, like, because I mean, dude, Andrew Wiley's a piss poor right tackle, so like.
Oh, so to officially answer that first question we ever looked at, the best picks for them at 36 and 40, I would say Jordan Morgan and shoot. I would probably say Jordan Morgan and maybe Marshawn Kneeland.
Yeah, Marshawn Kneeland would be fun because I mean they've brought in a lot of guys at edge, but like no real like surefire starters. Freaking Arizona beat Dayton. I had Arizona getting bounced in the second round.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, dude. I'm gonna bounce.
All right, dude. Yeah, let's go ahead and end this sucker here. We did over two hours, so I feel good about that.
Do you see my head? I was like, damn. We keep juggling.
Man, you do not. Yeah, it's not flattering, Alex. It's not flattering.
No, it's not. It's really not.
All right, but hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Go ahead, subscribe to the Draft Bros YouTube channel. The link's in the description. It's actually also in the title, so you could click it there. And we're hoping to do stuff on that channel once it gets big enough. So be on the look for that. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'll have a 2020 redraft out for you in like maybe 2 hours. So be on the look for that. That's going to be a hell of fun. I like going back and looking at old drafts, but thanks for joining me today, Alex. Go check out Harmony Art Sports. He puts out good content. Kind of.
I waited. I didn't say thank you. I was like, I knew something was coming.
And before y'all head out, please hit that thumbs up. It would be much appreciated. Much obliged. But until next time, you want to do this with me?
Take it easy. I'm literally frozen.
I know. Until next time, you be easy, our friends.
Later.
Later.
Oh my God.